What does an IELTS score depend on? On your English skills, of course, and also on how well you are prepared for the test. So today I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to improve your IELTS score quickly. Hi there, my name is Jasim. I'm an English trainer from India. I've been teaching English quite a long time. So in these years, I have accumulated quite a lot of tips and tricks, and today I'll share it with you. Also, recently I made a longer video where I talk about how to prepare for the IELTS, what are the procedures, the points we want to know, we must know before starting to prepare. So if you're seriously preparing for the test, you should watch that other video. It will help you. The link will be in the description. And now let's get started. Probably you already know there are 4 sections in IELTS: listening, reading, writing and speaking. But that's not enough. You need to learn this structure to test inside out. I know it sounds boring, but it will help you during the test, and let me explain to you why. For example, listening section. While you are doing this section and answering the questions, you can record your answers right on the question paper, question sheet next to each questions. And that's fine, because at the end you have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. But the problem is that then you go to the reading section and you don't have any extra time in the end. So when you're answering, you should record your answers on the answer sheet directly, so you should know about it in advance, because believe me, it happens to students. So they just don't have enough time to transfer their answers. And if we talk about the reading section, you have 3 passages of text. It's in the academic IELTS, and when your essay task, it says you have 60 minutes to complete the reading section. You have 3 passages of the text. So it's generally it is recommended you spend 20 minutes of each, and it sounds reasonable, 20 minutes each. But what they don't tell you is that the passage number 3 is much more difficult than passage number 1. So I think it would be much better to spend just 15 minutes of your time to on text number 1, and 20 minutes on text number 2, 25 minutes on the most difficult text number 3. So my tip number 1 is learn each task of the IELTS that involves and how much time we have spent on it. It's not enough to know how much time you have, but we actually should learn how quickly we need to go through each task. For example, if we are talking about the writing section, here you have 2 essays, and also there is a minimal broad requirement, which means that if you write fewer words than required, then some points will be deducted from your mark. And that's not good, right? But what makes it even more difficult is during the IELTS test, you will be writing by hand. So you can't actually count how many words you have written during the exam, right? But what you can do is practice at home. Set yourself a timer, then write your essay, then count your words. Then very soon, just by looking at your writing, you will know approximately how many words you have there, and also during the exam you will know how quickly you need to write. And now the example comes from the speaking session, wherein one of the tasks you need to speak on a certain topic for about 2 minutes, and it's not as easy as it sounds, because during the exam, under the stress, sometimes 30 seconds last for ages, and sometimes you're just talking too much, giving too many details, and you are running out of time. So we want to avoid that. So my point here is practice at home in order to know how quickly you need to read, write, or how long you need to speak for during the IELTS test. If you know the requirements of the test well, you can avoid losing points by accident. For example, in the writing section, there is a minimum word requirement. I already told you about that. It's in essay number 1, it is 150 words, and if you write 145 words, some points will be deducted from your mark. So make sure you write more words than required. Another tip is that spelling matters. Spelling matters not only in the writing task but also in the listening section. So when you record your answers, make sure you spell the words correctly and always take your time to read the task carefully. They can say, for example, write not more than 2 words. So if you write 3 words and all 3 are correct, but you won't be able to point. So pay attention to that. The good thing in IELTS is that they don't deduct points for incorrect answers. So if we don't know the answer to any of the question, just try to guess. There is always a chance to get correct. Do as many mock tests as you can. That's the best way to learn about the test and to improve your score. If you do 5 mock tests, I promise you, you will get a better score than if you do just 2 mock tests. And if you do just 2 mock tests, you will get a better score than if you get 0 marks. So keep on practicing. On the day of the IELTS, when you go to the IELTS center and the actual test starts, don't panic. I know it's difficult, but you are not supposed to be able to understand everything. You are not supposed to do everything and answer every question correctly. No. Do you know that in the reading section, it's enough to answer certain questions out of 40 correctly to achieve, 7.0 band score, and 7.0 is a great score in reading, right? So it's possible. Even if you don't know the answers, don't spend too much time on one question. Move on. You can still score greatly. If you're preparing for the IELTS right now, then watch my videos where I talk about every procedure of IELTS, especially for beginners. Surely I'll be making more videos on IELTS preparation. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.